Hello and welcome to CR Gamers. Today we're going to be looking at a beginner's guide to Diablo 3. So first off, we'll have a look at the character selection. Okay, so let's have a look at the class here. So first of all, we've got the Barbarian Strength attribute. This is your warrior class, your beat stick. If you like smashing things with brute strength, this is the class, close range fighter. We then go to the Crusader. This is again a strength based class. Another heavy hitter. This is your paladin, your knight, your close range, buffs to your team, debuffs to enemy. We then go on to the demon hunter, dexterity attribute. This is your range class. This one, if you like spraying down enemies, this is the class you want to choose. We then have the close range fighter monk, dexterity attribute again. This one is built for speed. Everything is speed with the monk. If you have the expansion, we have the necromancer. Necromancer is intelligence based. It's raise the dead to fight for you or use their corpse to do something, such as corpse explosion, corpse lance, so you use the corpse as a weapon itself. Another intelligence based, we have the witch doctor. The witch doctor is curses, hexes on the enemies, pets, fire bats. This is your voodoo doctor. Lastly then we have the wizard, again intelligence based, magic based class. This one is again a ranged, medium to ranged fighter. So again, if you fancy having a go with a few spells, wizard is for you. You've created your character, you've given it a name. So for instance, we're going here. We've given it a name, we've created the hero. So you're thinking, what do I do next? Well, if you go to game settings, you have a couple of modes. You've got the campaign and adventure mode. At the moment, adventure mode is locked if you haven't completed the campaign. However, if you create a character, any of the characters, and go seasonal heroes. So seasonals are every season. We're up to season 21 currently. There will be new events, new items you can get, new armors, and you'll go into the seasonal area. If you create a character here with the seasonal, you can now skip having to play the campaign. However, I would advise you to play the campaign. It is a good story and does get you into the Diablo game itself. But now if I go to game settings, adventure mode is open. What adventure mode allows you to do, it's essentially like your free roam you find in games. In here you can do bounties, which are certain objectives you have to complete to get rewards. Nephilim rifts, which are areas, instance-based areas you complete it by going through slaying a load of enemies, building up a bar, defeat the boss at the end. You then also have greater rifts. These ones are speed runs. You want to try and complete them as quickly as you can, go up the ranks, up the levels, and you'll eventually again clear the rift itself when the enemies defeat a boss at the end. Your main objective though, once you've created a character, your main objective here is you want to get to level 70. Level 70 is where everything unlocks. What I mean by that is you can now start to create your characters from their stats, their best armors. You want to try and get to level 70 as quickly as you can. If you notice under my characters I have 649. These are what they call paragon points. Once you get to level 70, you no longer progress in levels. You progress in paragon points. So in this instance, my main character, I main a demon hunter. In this case, I got most of my paragon points there. Within the game itself, your paragon points allow you to boost your character further without the use of certain armors, certain events. At each level of paragon opens up different areas to upgrade, whether it be your primary stat. So in this case you have core, offensive, defense and utility. Core is your main stat, so in this case I'm a demon hunter, so it's dexterity. You got vitality, movement speed. In this case again, because I'm a demon hunter, I got max hatred, which is my utilization. It's my MP, as you will. Your offensive then is your attack speed, cooldowns, crit hit, crit damage. Defense is life, armor, resist all, life regen. And utility is area damage, resource cost reduction, life per hit, gold find. These, once you hit level 70, you could level up. It puts a point into each one of these one by one as you go along. So level 1 Paragon, 2 Paragon, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. It allows you to boost your character further beyond where your levels can themselves. So, when you first start the game, you'll actually be in the town of New Tristram, which is here once I teleport. This is the way you basically treat the town as lava. Town is lava. The more time you spend in town, the less time you are going through your levels, collecting resources, boosting your character. But there are certain people in the town you want to be aware of. So at first you have the blacksmith. So your blacksmith here will repair all your items. You can break down items then to gain resources. You can forge armors, though most of the best armors you will find rather than forge. And again, forge weapons, again, find them, not make them. But as a beginner character less than level 70, you'll probably find there's some help. So what you can do is when you start, the blacksmith has a rank as well. They start on obviously rank 1. As you progress through the levels, you can use your gold to upgrade him so you have more items, more availability to you. When you get to a certain level, you'll use gold and resources to upgrade him. You then have your jeweler. Your jeweler is your gems. So as you can see in my armors here, I have gems. These help boost certain stats. So certain gems have certain stats. So in this case, an Imperial Emerald, it puts crit damage on a weapon, extra gold on monsters, or dexterity, which is my main stat as a demon hunter, into any other item. Different ones then. Ruby, it puts damage into a weapon, or experience in a helm, or any other item. It adds strength. So for instance, in your barbarian or your paladin builds, or your crusader I should say, if you put these gems, the rubies, into them, you will boost their strength. The other person you need to be aware of then is the mystic. The mystic here, again, all of these need to be trained to max level. You can enchant items with the mystic. So what I mean by that is if you have an item here, you'll notice that it has primary stats, secondary stats, in this case an empty slot, and then your damage gives you the stats of it underneath. If I was to put that in here, it allows me to change the stats of an item within a certain parameter. So for instance, if I don't like the increased gold and health pickup, if I click the question mark, it'll tell me what I can change it to. So these are the options in which I can change it to. So if I click on that and click replace, it will then come up with 3 options. The first option is always what you're changing it from. The second option, so for instance, let's say I want the 35% extra gold from monsters. I can select that property. That property is now on there, as you can see, with the plus 35% extra gold from monsters. Now, this item, I can only re-roll that stat, the same stat. So I cannot do every single stat. So if I want to replace that now, if I click on it again, click replace, I can replace the stat. So for instance now, let's say I want thorns damage. I can click the thorns, click replace. So now if I go to the item, instead of it having the experience, it now has the thorns damage. This is very helpful for min-maxing your characters. In this case, you can also change the look of your items. So in this case, if I have the Tasker and Theo, I can place it within and change the look of it. So for instance, if I wanted to look like this one, I can transmog it and it will change the look. So the actual icon itself doesn't change, but if I equipped it, it would look like the one you've changed it to. The only other person you need to be made aware of really within town is this person here. So within the Nephilim Rifts, which I'll go over in a moment, and the Greater Rifts, you obtain what they call blood shards. Blood shards are another form of currency. On this one you can do, it's basically, this is your gambling machine. If I want a one-handed weapon, I can use my blood shards. They cost 75. I can run it and it will give me a weapon. Now I can run this as many times as I need as long as I have blood shards. It's a gambler. It allows you to get certain items out of the list. So you've got your weapons, your armors, your trinkets. It can roll legendaries, set items. It can have different stats on each one if you're rolling for a certain stat. But it is completely random. So I've mentioned a couple of things such as the Nephilim Rifts and the Greater Rifts. If you go to this pedestal here, in the pedestal it allows you to do Nephilim Rift or Greater Rift. I will add, you cannot do Greater Rifts until you are level 70. The Nephilim Rifts, once completed, which again is clear the enemies, kill the boss. Boss will drop after level 60 will drop Greater Rift keys. Greater Rift keys can open the, you guessed it, Greater Rift. The Greater Rift, when you select it, allows you to go up higher than the Torment levels currently allow you to. So Torment 16 is the highest you can pick. However, this allows you to go further. As you can see, Torment 16 is level 75. I at the moment am up to level 89. I can go higher if I push. At the moment I had to start a new account, so I don't have as high as I normally go. It allows you to push further, push to the limit, get on the leaderboards, and also gain better equipment, so your equipment can roll with a better stat. The only other place in town is by here. You have your own stash. This is your bank as such. You have tabs. As you can see, I've filled most of mine. I need to clear them out. You can stash all the items. So if you want to save certain items, you think, oh, they'll be handy in the future, you can store them straight into your box, and they'll stay there. This is also, as long as you've created a character on the season, if you create a second character, they will also have access to the same box. So you wish to play around with a couple of builds, but you want to save the build you currently have. If you go to this here, the armory, you can save your build. So currently this will save your weapons, your armor, and your equipment and stats, all your assigned skills. So if you save on this, it will say, are you sure you wish to override this set? So this is my set that I'm currently using. You click OK, it will save it. For instance, if I have another set, which I do, I've started a build on this one. I've only got a couple of pieces, as you can see. If I was to equip that right now, it would switch all of my armor to that I have equipped there, and change all of my skills to that set that I've set. However, in this case, I'll just leave it on what I've currently got equipped. To do bounties are to allow you to get certain weapons. As you can see, there's certain rewards. They will appear on the map. So to get to the map, go into the center here. They will appear as exclamation marks. So you have 5 in each act. When I say act, these are the acts. Okay. So within the acts, you complete certain bounties. So that bounty there is clear the cave of the Moon Clan. So what I would do is I would click on that. It would teleport me to the area. I would find the cave. I'd clear it out. It'd give me that reward. As you can see, there are 5 areas for the bounties. So there's 5 to unlock the Act 1 bounty chest. As I said, you can do this for every act. Once you do it, you'll speak to this gentleman here, and he will give you the chest. One thing I will advise, though, on any new player is to get this. This is Kanye's Cube. So this can be found in Act 3. Here, up in the ruins. You will take a bit of searching to find it, but it is on that map. You'll go into the temple and it's literally floating there. Pick it up. It will then appear in your town here. This cube allows you to equip certain items to your character in the background. So it allows you additional stats. With that, enjoy the video, guys. complete. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will put a build guide together for the build that you just saw there. It is the God Strafe Demon Hunter build. But anyway, guys, put a like on this video. Please comment below if you like this video or what you think I could improve on. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you soon.